What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey672 coming to you guys with a video right now. I appreciate everybody's patience from the other day. Took the day off yesterday. Appreciate everybody that's been watching the videos, supporting, commenting, all the super chats, all the memberships, everybody that has been supporting. I do appreciate it. You know, a lot of work has come towards the draft and obviously after the draft. So I really appreciate everybody that's been subscribing and really supporting the channel a lot. Sometimes you need a day off. So, you know, sometimes it happens. You don't want to burn yourself out. You kind of need a day's rest away from YouTube. It's always a great thing. Kind of revive yourself, feel refreshed, and come back. So I want to come out with some news right now regarding Nick Foles. This came out a day or two ago. I was going to make a video on it. Didn't have a chance to, so I'm doing it now. The Bears actually tried calling the Philadelphia Eagles to reacquire Nick Foles in a trade. Obviously, if it was going to cost a draft pick, I wouldn't have done it. I was open to doing this. I didn't really care, but obviously I think he cost like a little over $8 million. So he would have been a pretty expensive quarterback. I mean, just for the year. I mean, I don't know how many more years were left, so I don't know what the case is with the contract, but we signed Joe Flacco, you know, I think it was like $3.5 million, I think 7 in incentives, whatever it was. I was open to doing it, but I didn't really want to give away draft picks for this year before the draft happened. I really wanted us to ace this draft. That was really important for me and I think for all of us Eagles fans out there. This has Nick Sirianni's fingerprints all over it to an extent. Nick Sirianni is changing this team. You know, maybe the formula for Howie Roseman and drafting, maybe it is changing, maybe it's not. You know, when you look at the draft from a whole, from when it happened, you're kind of like, what's going on? And then when you kind of think about it after a week and a half, you're like, this draft did make a little bit more sense. And I actually like a lot of these picks that the Eagles drafted. So to give away draft picks for Nick Foles in a trade would kind of be meaningless at this point. You know, at least back then when they were trying to trade him, they actually called the Eagles. The Eagles didn't even call the Bears about it. The Bears actually called the Eagles, said, "Hey, would you like to reacquire your MVP Super Bowl quarterback?" So obviously they said no. There weren't any takers. There were multiple teams. Obviously, Andy Dalton was the starting quarterback for the Bears, and then obviously they moved up. Bears moved up, drafted Justin Fields. So obviously, you know, I don't know what they're doing with Nick Foles, if they're keeping him, if they're going to have 3 quarterbacks. Is he going to be on practice squad? I have no idea at this point. But I'm glad that they didn't do it. Like, look, guys, this roster is definitely changing. Nick Sirianni is changing this roster. Like, I think we could say that the Eagles have shown us enough. Nick Sirianni has showed us enough that they're not afraid to let go of talent. They're not bringing back the same talent every single year, or not even the same talent, the same players from this Super Bowl in 2017. They're not refreshing the same thing over and over every single year, bringing back the same players that used to play for this team. I see a change. You let go of Deshaun Jackson. You let go of Alshon Jeffrey. Okay, Zach Ertz is on the trade block right now. I mean, there are guys that are, you know, Jalen Mills is gone. You know what I mean? This roster is changing, and it's changing for the better. We have to get younger. By 2022, guys, that 2017 roster is probably almost going to be gone, besides like a few guys like, you know, Brandon Brooks and Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey, stuff like that. You know, you could have more players leaving after the 2021 season. So I think Nick Sirianni's fingerprints were all over this, guys. Like, I was open to bringing Nick Foles back. This is before we got Joe Flacco. This is before we even trade Carson Wentz at some point. I was open to bringing him, but I didn't want to give up any draft capital. I wanted us to have as many draft picks as we possibly could. And obviously before that, we didn't have a potential three first round picks. We didn't have some extra picks. So, you know, giving away some draft capital for a backup quarterback to come here, you know, love Nick Foles, but, you know, we have to move on. We have to move on to different things, and we need to create a new culture in Philadelphia. I think that's what's really important. But I'm telling you right now, Nick Sirianni has a lot to do with players not coming back. Obviously, you released a good amount of players, you know, and obviously traded your franchise quarterback, or used to be franchise quarterback. So I think changes are coming to the Philadelphia Eagles, and by the 2022 offseason, by the end of that offseason, before the season starts in 2022, this team is going to be a fresh team that is going to be hungry, competitive, and not saying they're not going to do that this year, but I'm loving the change. And you know what? I don't want to bring back players that used to play here every single year that are old, washed up. And unfortunately, guys, I'm not saying Nick Foles is washed up. I'm saying he's only the unfortunate thing with that is I feel like Nick Foles is only successful in Philadelphia. I just feel like he just plays well here, and he can't play well anywhere else. Same as Vinny Curry. I mean, Vinny Curry pretty much plays here, goes to Tampa, has an okay, he gets hurt and only plays a few games, a couple sacks, comes back, plays pretty well, plays all right. You know what I mean? So I feel like with some players, they just play well here, like Nick Foles. But, this is something I was open to back then when it happened, because I didn't think we were going to have 11 picks in this draft, okay, that just passed by. So I think Nick Sirianni is changing the culture of this roster. They're not refreshing and doing the same things that they normally do, like bring back veteran players that played here for a long time that can't really do much of anything. And I'm telling you, by next year, I think really the only mistake the Eagles probably made till this day, okay, is probably letting go of Malcolm Jenkins. That was probably the biggest mistake they made, because you can't find a Malcolm Jenkins easily in the league. You can't find a Malcolm Jenkins easily in the league. So that's where I'm kind of getting to, guys. Like, obviously, if there's a veteran on this team that holds more than just playing good, if they got to, they can lead a group, of guys on the defense or the offense, you can't get rid of people like that. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, because of money, because of a lot of other reasons, we had to do that. We've been trying to find that leader on defense. So really all I'm saying about this Nick Foles news and what's going on is that, guys, like, this is a changing culture for the Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Sirianni has a lot to do with it. And I'm glad we're not bringing back players that used to play here. And I'm glad that these, they turned down players from coming back here. Okay, so I'm very happy about that. You know what I mean? Like, the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. Happy about it. I'm ready for another one, guys. I'm ready to move on and go get another chip. That's what's important with a new squad. So other than that, guys, let me know what you guys think about Nick Foles. Obviously, the Eagles turning down Nick Foles coming back after the Bears calling them, and obviously no trade partners for Nick Foles at all for any teams. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys later. Shakes put up, follows. Peace out, guys. Peace.